doing this is ex-Leeds United player Andrew Hughes. Good evening, Andrew.
Good evening, Eddie. How are you, mate?
Not bad, thank you. Well, how did this all come about? Rather quick?
Yeah, it was quick. Well, the honest truth is the manager pulled me before Christmas and said that Scunthorpe had shown an interest in me and he'd spoken to their manager. And that was it. He would just want to have a chat with me and let me know. So I had a chat with the manager in the office and he said, look, they're interested. He said, I'm not interested at the minute or anything. And the gaffer said to me that he wasn't interested in letting me go. We're coming up to Christmas with a busy period and whatnot, and we just have a chat after Christmas. So I was like, yeah, fine, gaffer, thanks for telling me. And then on Monday, after the Scunthorpe game, the manager, after training, the manager just had a word with me and said, look, Husey, Scunthorpe have been on the phone again. They're showing interest in you. I'm going to. It's up to you. Do you want to speak to them? And I said, well, it's up to you, gaffer. I want to stay. Obviously, I want to stay at Leeds, and I want a new deal. I want to work hard and get a new deal. And the manager was totally honest with me. He just went, at the minute, he couldn't guarantee me, an extra season. That's the way he was dealing with it. He was obviously, he's got every right to do what he's doing. He just said, that's it. He said, look, if you go there, he said, I don't want you to go because I love you in the dressing room and, part of the squad. But if they offer you a longer opportunity, you might have to think about it. And I said, yeah, Gaffer, you're totally right. So I had a chat with Scunthorpe and my agent and whatnot. And but before that, the gaffer just said to me, look, have a chat, let me know what you're thinking. You're obviously going to be involved in the Arsenal game on Wednesday. You decide and let me know. I said, fine, gaffer, not a problem. So my agents and all that were talking over the last few days. And obviously I was just concentrating on the Arsenal game. And then after the Arsenal game Thursday morning, I got a call off my agent to say that they've offered me a contract of 18 months and the option of another year if I make a certain amount of appearances. Yeah. So it's like a 2.5-year deal, really. So I said, right, okay. So I went and spoke to the manager and explained, what they'd done, and we had a little private chat, and he told me what he thought was the best thing, and went down to, and I decided after. Yesterday I was just speaking to my wife about it and my family, and I just decided that it felt like I might need another challenge, and just went down and had a chat with the manager. Took literally 5 minutes to do personal terms, because it's not really about the money for me, if I'm being honest. And then they said they wanted to sign me, so they're in a little bit of a sticky patch at the minute, and you know me, I came here at -15, so I just felt like another challenge.
Well, this is a big challenge you've took on as well, but it's pretty sensible in a way, Andrew, if you're not going to be involved all the time with Leeds United and you get an extra year playing in your career as well, at least an extra year.
Well, yeah, that's it, and the manager was honest with me. He said, look, you're not going to be as played as much as you was last season. I played, out of the 33 games we won last year, I started 32 of them. Yeah. So, I played more than anyone else in defence last season. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed this season how things were going, but I wasn't crying about it or worried about it, because the manager explained to me that you have to fight for your place here, and he'd obviously brought in Connolly and McCartney and Ben and Feddy and other midfielders. So I knew my place at the club. I give everything, and it just felt like an extra year's guaranteed as well, and to go into a place and get a little bit more first team football, I think was the right move for me. I hope it's the right move for Leeds United. I'm totally honest with you, Eddie, like I was on the last day of the season. This club's moving forward so fast now. It's got so much momentum. It's got so much going for it. Andy Hughes ain't going to make Leeds United better. I'm honest. I know that I ain't going to make Leeds United better at this point in time. So, I take it on the chin totally. I understand that the manager wants to bring in more quality, and he has done, and he's doing an unbelievable job, and everyone is there, the chairman, everyone. So good luck to the players that are in the team, and carry on, because they've got some fantastic players from everyone through the team, and it's been a pleasure to be a part of it.
Yeah, Andrew, you know, at the highest level, your last game for Leeds United, you turned out and you played against the Arsenal at the Emirates. Now, it doesn't get any better than that, does it?
It doesn't get any better than that, but it would have got a little bit better if I'd have got on the other night at home. And just so I went on the pitch and I just had a funny feeling. I just sort of like waved, clapped the fans a little bit.
You remind me, I seen you on the pitch after the game on your own, and I was wondering what you were doing out there on your own. Now it all hits home. Yeah,
I just had that funny feeling, and I just said to my wife, I said, just to be on the bench was an honour in the last game for me against Arsenal, 38,000 full house. It reminds me of last season, Bristol Rovers full house, winning promotion, 10 men, and I genuinely mean this from the bottom of my heart to actually play for Leeds United, captain Leeds United for a few games, be a part of what's gone on, to be around people like yourself that have done so much for the club and be there. I genuinely mean it. Being around you and Tom and Juicy and Norman Hunter and seeing these people around the club, and then seeing the new stars of today, your Snodgrasses, your Howsons, just to say I've done it. I really am, a lucky boy. For what ability I've got, I'm a lucky boy.
I was just going to say to you there, Andrew, but your own admission there, you says that you'll no improve the club any. Now, looking back in your career at Leeds United, what qualities do you think it endeared you so much to the vast numbers of Leeds United fans? Who are very disappointed. We've had lots of things in the day. In fact, I've got one here for a young girl, Yasmin Bushnell. She says she's gone to Scunthorpe to watch Scunthorpe now because you have left the club. She wishes you all the best in the career. What, in your own words, what do you think all these people are writing in for? What did you think you brought to the football club?
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to thank that young girl, Yasmin. She waits for me outside the game, so that's very kind of her. I think the fact is that Leeds is I'm from Manchester. Leeds is the best city I've ever lived in. Living around Leeds, you see the working class people, and it's a football city. And when I first come to the club, it was yourself and a few of the players said to me, a few of the people that have played there said, if you give 100% for the fans, they'll take that. And if it's not good enough, they'll accept that. That's all I've ever tried to do for Leeds. I've played in various positions. Obviously, centre mid was my favourite position, and I've played fullbacks here and there. But I don't know. There's just something about Leeds fans, and if you give 110%, it's acceptable. And I just, it's not a bad trait to have as a Leeds person. Everyone around Leeds, they're just 100% committed to what they're doing, whether people, in work or around the club or around the city centre or around, Harrogate where I live. It's the fans, and it's hard to say. And there is a time when 100% effort isn't good enough. You know that, Eddie.
Yes.
There's them players that are 100%ers, but you need them special extra players that have got that magic, your Snodgrasses, your Gradles, that can open doors and do things that I can't do. But you need your other players that they can't do. Your grinders, your horrible results like your Carlisle aways or things like that were big results for us. And maybe it's that. Maybe it's because I'm honest. Maybe it's because I know that. I was so honoured to play for Leeds. My daughter's a Leeds fan, and I'll be a Leeds fan forever, Eddie. And just to it hits home when I speak to people like you and Norman and everyone like that to me that I'm honoured to have played for this club.
Andrew, then you've more or less just touched on what you meant to the Leeds United fans. Now, what did Leeds United actually bring you personally?
Personally, Leeds United brought me, since I've been here, the best 4 years of the most turbulent, up and down, best 4 years of my football career. Last year was possibly one of the best years of my football career. My wife and I moved here having had a lot of, I would say, bad luck off the pitch trying for a child, and we came to Harrogate and miracle through the world of doctors and whatnot. We had a child. My life just got so much better being closer to a family in Manchester, being around the place. Honestly, what Leeds has done for me and my wife and my daughter, I can't, thank the people of Leeds and the club itself. Just walking around Leeds, like every other club I've been at, no one really knows who you are. But for people to recognise me, still gives me a tingle down my back of the neck. So people think that I played for Leeds, but off the pitch, I never want to leave Yorkshire. That's we're staying here for good. I would love so much to come back to the club one day and help the club. I've got my degree, but people say clubs save players and whatnot. I feel that Leeds probably saved my career and gave me the biggest kick up the arse of what football is to people. And it's weird to know that it did that to me, but it did. It changed me. It made me appreciate. It made me appreciate playing in teams that. Playing in teams that fans expect to win all the time.
Yeah.
That's that pressure of playing for a club where you expect to win all the time. Not many players are lucky enough to experience that. A lot of players go along their career happy to play mid-table football, and yet, we had a good cup run, but we still finished 15th. But to go out every week knowing that you had to win, and that you were favourites to win, and that every team that you played against was their big game, is something that, as a footballer, I'll never experience.
You're right. You're right when you say that, Andrew, because when you play for a club like Leeds United, and you mentioned you come from Manchester, the expectation levels I've got there. It gives you something different as a footballer. Now I'm going to ask you, Andrew, in your 4 years at Leeds United, I want you to pick out some magical moments in your mind that'll never leave you.
The first magical moment was, it's weird, was driving down the motorway at -15 from Norwich, and Dennis Wise telling me, his ideas with the chairman, Ken Bates, and what the chairman was, making my debut at Tranmere and winning and having that huddle together. Then Dennis Wise gave me the captain's armband for the game against Hartlepool, where we got to 0 points. Then obviously Gary McAllister coming in, a Leeds legend, and being able to just be on the training ground with him was good, because he was such a phenomenal player. And then for me, just what changed everything about Leeds United was the arrival of Simon Grayson. He came in. He did exactly what needed to be done at that time. We needed to get back to basics. He did that. He knew how to do that. He almost got us up that year, which was nearly achievable. But the year that we got promoted, for me, just from the minute I got in the team when Ben got injured, and then going out and playing in them games, and that run before Christmas where felt like every game we were winning, we were unstoppable. Then beating Manchester United, playing against Tottenham, playing against Liverpool, people writing us off saying we wouldn't do it, people like yourselves, Eddie, sticking up for us on the radio. I used to listen to you on the way home, you sticking up for us. I remember people, you always stuck up for us, and it felt like everyone was against Leeds United. And then that run at the end of games, and we managed to go on a little run at the end of the games, and then obviously, that magical game, the last game of the season, going down to 10 men, Max getting sent off, and a goal down, and then all of a sudden 38,000 Leeds fans, and the rest is history.
Yep.
That game was phenomenal, and to do that, and then this season there's been some great games. There's been things off the pitch as well, like trips with the lads and team spirit, players coming in and going, managers coming in and going. It's just been absolutely magical 4 years. Honestly, it really has. I'm not just saying this for an interview. I'm saying it because I mean it.
Yeah.
It's been incredible, and to arrive at bottom of the league, -15, and leave with 2 points top of the championship. And we beat Man United, that'll do for me.
Andrew, you're very passionate about the football club. So how will you feel every morning when you get up and you're driving by Thorpe Parks and going to another club now?
Well, I'm upset. I'm not going to lie to you. Of course it's going to affect me. I'm going to be upset on the training ground, the facilities, having that spark every day of driving into training and whatnot will never change. It will change, but Scunthorpe United are in a similar position. They're bottom of the league.
Yep,
They've got a lot of young kids there.
Big challenge for you.
Yeah, why not? Why not, Eddie? Absolutely want to give it a go. Hopefully, I can give a little bit in the change room and off the pitch and grind away. And it's not too far from where I live. I'm able to drive in. Which, listen, whether it was anywhere in London, it's not about that. But driving past Leeds, will be. But I'll be still coming to games and. I'll miss the staff there. I've got to thank a lot of the staff there. The physios and the kitchen girls, Claire the kit woman. Everyone there. I got on well with, and who knows, one day, Eddie. I've got my degree.
Yeah, you might be back as manager one day.
I'd love to come back as manager or a sports scientist or anything like that. But I'm fingers crossed. By that time, Leeds will be in the Champions League and hopefully get promoted this season and kick on because. I believe they can do it. If you ask me about any of the players there, when Reading got promoted, I feel that Reading's players were on a par with the players that are here now, and I think the players here now will be better. I mean, you had the Steve Sidwells, the Kevin Doyles, the Kitsons. We've got the Johnny Howsons, the Snodgrass, the Lloyd Sam, the Max Gradle, the Bradley Johnsons, the experience of Andy O'Brien at the back, Casper Schmeichel, George McCartney. You'd be surprised now how many players want to come to Leeds than how many players wanted to come to Leeds at that -15.
Yeah, that's a big difference. Andrew, just to wrap up, I've told you about all the messages that Leeds United fans have sent in, and there's lots of them, to the radio station, to LUTV, and apparently it's right up there with the biggest tweets of the day, and I'm not a tweeter, but apparently it is. But what's your message then to the Leeds United fans, just before we break this interview off?
My message to the Leeds United fans is that this club has been the most amazing 4 years. It's been ups and downs, and it's just been emotional. My wife's in the kitchen now, virtually upset. You can hear her laughing in the background, but she's upset because she knows how much it's meant to me. Yeah. Because to come and say that I played for Leeds United after what they've done and win something with Leeds United. All right, it was a promotion from League One, but to actually say that I did something with Leeds United that I set out to do from the start, and to do it in front of these fans, home and away, is the biggest honour. It's up there with the birth of my daughter. Yeah. It really is.
Well, Andrew, I know the Leeds United fans will never forget you and what you've done for Leeds United. Do you think the club will get promotion this year? Last question to you.
Yes. About 100%, and the reason I believe it is because I feel this club's got momentum. I feel it deserves it after the last whatever years. Everyone goes on about Leeds this, Leeds that. This club deserves it, and it's not. I'm not crying it in. This club deserves it. They've got the facilities, they've got the players, and most of all, they've got the manager to do it.
Well done. Just before I go, I'd like to thank you myself for everything you've done for Leeds United, son, because your heart was at the football club, and I wish you all the best at your new club, and I hope you can avoid relegation with them. And all the best to you, Andrew, you and your family. Yeah, I'd like to say as well, thanks to you, Eddie, a personal thanks to you, and I'd like to thank all the Tom and Juicy and everyone that does such an amazing job. I genuinely mean it. If you ever need anything, I'm more than happy to do that. But I want to thank you personally, Eddie, for all your things you do on the radio with the fans, and people should remember you and respect you a little bit more. Thank you very much, Andrew, and all the best to you in your new career, son. Thanks, Eddie. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Leeds legend Eddie Gray with Andrew Hughes, now a former Leeds United player. Tom, just reading some of the comments on the emails and on Twitter. Grown men brought to tears by what Andrew Hughes has said tonight. More characters like him and football will be a better game. I don't think you can get any better sentiment or any better recognition for what you've done in a football career. You can win lots of trophies and you can win medals, but if you actually leave a club and fans feel that the club has benefited from you being there, that's a nice moment, isn't it?
And I think, Ben, there are a lot of players out there with 100 times more ability than Andrew Hughes, but with none of the class. And I think he's a great guy. I had a conversation with him earlier on today, and he's so genuine, so much time for everybody, and he will be really, really missed, by the staff. I know at Thorpe Arch and his teammates, but. you know, this is what happens in football. Time moves on, and you know, he played his part. I think the key line for me in that interview was, you know, Leeds United are moving too fast for me. You know, Andrew Hughes can't make Leeds United any you know, better now. And you know, he kind of knows that the time is right.
Hughesy, you leave with everybody's best wishes. If you missed any of that interview, of course, the countdown to kick-off is repeated in the morning at 9, and we'll have a bit of it before the game tomorrow against Pompey. On air inside Fratton Park from 1, full match commentary from 3 on DAB and 104.7 FM. It is a big day in the Championship, though. Some really, really big fixtures to look out for.
Championship ones to watch.